Welcome everyone to a 1-hour Royal Caribbean special where it's time to take iconic journeys to celebrate new beginnings and open up some amazing getaways near and far on the most magical new arrival. Get ready to dive into a world of thrills, family fun, entertainment and incredible highlights. It's time to welcome a new icon to the world of Royal Caribbean, and this one's a legend. Exciting stuff, and we're going to be spending the next 60 minutes giving you an A to Z insight into the latest wonder from Royal Caribbean, and doing it in the company of Gerard Noland, who's the Vice President and Managing Director of Royal Caribbean in the UK and Ireland. That's a long title, Gerard. Welcome.
It is, Derek. Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
It's great to have the top man here because we can get all of the latest gen. Now, you've just been on board, I believe, Star of the Seas, of course, who's just launched. Tell me everything. How did it feel?
It was my first experience on an Icon class, and I have to say it over-delivered on my expectations.
How are we on Icon 2 already? It's so bizarre, isn't it?
I think that's Royal Caribbean through and through, you know, innovation at its heart. And we're on number 3 in the midst, so we've got Legend coming.
Absolutely, that's what we'll be talking about in this show. And honestly, Royal Caribbean, they are so ahead of the curve all of the time. You must have, just reflecting on you for a second, but you must have one of the most exciting jobs in the UK.
They say when you do a job you love, it's not like work, and I have to say it is. We have, if we think of the momentum we have, and we're 50 years as a company in business, and we just bring the best of technology, we bring the best of innovation, and it's a real testament to what we're bringing with Star and what's coming with Legends. So, a busy period. And
absolutely, and honestly, it just never stops. The momentum just never stops. You could take any aspect of Royal Caribbean and it's like there's always something massive happening. I don't even know if you can put a number on this, but I just think in terms of entertainment, the billions of dollars that have been spent, even in the last 10 years with Royal Caribbean, is just eye-watering figures, isn't it?
Sure, and if you take Star as an example, $2 billion of investment, and it is the best of tech, the best of talent, the best of service that we have to bring. So it goes beyond the ships, which I'm sure we'll focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing with Royal Caribbean is that they are so forward-thinking, and actually you can never know what's happening 10 years down the line. You don't know what holidays will look like 10 years down the line. But that's where your planning heads are right now, isn't it?
It is, and one of the great things, and we have a room in Miami called the Cave, and it's where the architects, the shipbuilding team get together, and they do it all in virtual reality, and it's amazing. We spent a bit of time in Miami with them last week, and it is literally to scale. So you can go and experience a space even before it's built, and I think that's the beauty of Royal. We continuously push the boundaries of what's possible.
It's incredible. It's always exciting times. You must always go into the office on, you know, Mondays in an office. For a lot of people are like, oh, it's Monday again, it's back to work. But I'm sure that's not the case for you.
No, not in Royal. And we've got a fantastic team, and the passion for the brand is immense. So Mondays are not like, Mondays are a good equivalent of a Friday. You know, there's so many things that we're doing in the brand and plenty for us to share today.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Well, let's get started then. We have a whole hour together, which is great. So we can really deep dive into what's happening. And this show is all about getting you to some exciting places on the brand new Legend of the Seas. Or shall we say Icon 3, because there's more on the way as well. Now, Legend launches next summer, and we have 4 exciting packages to take you through. Now, we'll be following her as she repositions out to Fort Lauderdale to enjoy Caribbean Dreams next October. And we'll be joining her for just a couple of those wonderful dreamy island hopping cruises in November and December next year. But let's start with one of those earlier cruises. Now, she launches in August, and we've got a feature date for a magical med adventure in October. Now, we'll fly you over to Barcelona first to enjoy a 2-night hotel stay there. fantastic city, magical city. I'm sure you've been many times, Gerard, to Barcelona.
Many times.
What's your personal highlight?
In Barcelona?
Yeah.
To be fair, when I'm there, more times than not, it's joining a ship and disappearing.
Yes, you're going from the airport to the port.
It is, but the Familia Sagrada, that is a favourite, and it's not finished, and it eventually at some point will be finished.
Well, yeah.
Every time you go back, it has a different side to it. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not a city I've spent enough time in.
We live in hope, don't we? Well, listen, you get at home to spend a couple of nights in Barcelona, but here is what we are coming on this holiday for, is to join Legend of the Seas. And again, when the Icon class feels like it only launched yesterday, and here we are with already 2 of the ships out there, Legend's coming along, and then there'll be, I'm sure, more down the road as well. Anything you can tell us about more down the road?
No, well, I suppose if you take Legend at the minute, this week is it's literally in dry dock at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to see that actually, because it's just literally happened, isn't it?
It's just happened, yeah, and really well advanced. But the new excitement that's going to come with Legend will come shortly. We haven't got all the detail. What we do know, like, it's a large ship. We do know that. We know it's as big as the Eiffel Tower in terms of scale. But the flow of the ship is what's probably most exciting. But to your question, is there more coming? Absolutely. We have Icon 4.
And this is the thing, isn't it? The Icon class is all about innovation, isn't it? It's all about things that you would never imagine. And you were just talking about the Cave, right?
Sure.
So like your innovation center in Miami for Royal Caribbean, and that's where people have the craziest ideas and they
best
become
job.
a reality. I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's some kind of chemistry lesson, isn't it? It's brilliant. But actually, Royal Caribbean must really kind of survey their customers, watch their customers, the way they use the spaces, the things that they like. The feedback must come back all of the time, and that is what kind of prescribes what is to come as well.
It does, and I think we often talk about the flow of a ship.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's fantastic with a Royal Caribbean ship. You have spaces that engage with each other, you have space that complement each other, you have space that change from day to evening. So we have a great product offering. Legend in its own right, when she comes to Europe next year, I am confident is going to be the boldest holiday in the Med next year.
And really, let's talk about the profile of a Royal Caribbean cruiser. Who is it that's doing it? Because actually there's more of us who haven't done it than have done it. Absolutely. Which is a great thing. But who is it? Who's enjoying it?
So I think we're unapologetically for families, but it's any family.
Yeah.
So if you think of your spouse, your partner, your extended family, you think about people that you like enough to come on holiday with you, part of the family, and I think that's what we are all about. However, if you think about the psyche of that guest, it's people who want to experience things together. It's people who want to push the boundary, want to have different, and actually, rather than tapping out and having a tranquil holiday, they want to tap in and make the most of that experience together. Yeah.
And the thing I always say with this kind of experience as well is it has a lot of energy, but it also has a lot of zen as well.
It has
so
both.
You can be in the thick of it, or you can be completely out of it as well, and still enjoy the best of everything. But for me, it's the 24-hour lifestyle. Never a dull moment in a Royal Caribbean.
I think I had that experience on Star. So if you consider a lot of holidays out there, come evening time, there's not that much to do.
But there's always that gap, isn't there, between middle of the afternoon and the start of the evening. It's always a dead spot, isn't it?
It is, but I think this is where Royal is only just coming to life.
Yeah.
And if you think about my experience in Star, at midnight, we have a balloon drop. We have the whole promenade that we have, which is a central part of the ship, with all the outlets around it. Everyone congregates, and it is party time. And it's not early. You're not going to sleep early. You are there to make the most.
That's good. I'm liking that. I hadn't heard that before. I need more of the gossip as we go along. Of course, amazing facilities. I always say on every Royal Caribbean cruise I've ever been on, I don't really remember the accommodation. And for me, that's a plus point, because I think, well, actually, if I don't remember it, I had no problems with it whatsoever. And I was busy doing. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? With the Royal Caribbean cruise, you are busy doing.
You are. But I think accommodation is still a big part of what we do.
Of course, yeah.
If I take Icon class, there's 28 different types of accommodations, very geared towards families. So whether you want to share together, we've got amazing 2 split level townhouses with a slide. We've got amazing product offerings. Also, if you're traveling with a family and you don't want a traditional balcony, one of the real good benefits is an infinite balcony. So you have an electric window that comes down, you bring the balcony into your stateroom and into the cabin, which gives way more space.
Okay, yes.
And again, a nice safety feature for families with younger kids. So yeah, we've got 28 options. Whether you want to travel together, separately, a lot to choose from.
And an infinite balcony is brilliant. It's kind of like double the value, if you like, bigger stateroom and still that wonderful balcony experience. Now, let's remind you that we have a 7-night cruise here coming for you. 7 nights out of Barcelona into Palma de Mallorca first. There's a lovely Drac Caves experience here that you can take with the Royal Caribbean excursion. You can explore the underground lakes there and enjoy a classical concert inside the cave as well. All about experience when you're with Royal Caribbean. Marseille is next in the Provence region of France. You can go cassis and wine tasting here. I guess that'd be for the grown-ups, but it's okay. The kids can stay on board and enjoy Adventure Ocean. They'll have the greatest of time, let me tell you. Next, we head to La Spezia in Italy. This, of course, is the port for Florence and Pisa that you can enjoy the best of in one single day as well. And you've got to have that picture holding up the Leaning Tower. Everyone does it. You've got to do it, haven't you? Then we go into the iconic port for Rome, Civitavecchia. So straight into Rome, take a best of tour, go and see the Colosseum, and you'll feel like a little ant. And you'll realise that being a Roman gladiator really was a thing back in the day. Next we go to Naples in Italy. Of course, the Isle of Capri not far away. You have the ancient ruins in Pompeii. You can go to the Blue Grotto on a ferry ride as well. Oh my word, so many different adventures. Then you have a day at sea and we come back into Barcelona to disembark and then fly it back to the UK. Let me just tell you that actually we're talking about the middle of October here. There are many other dates that you can take this as well, but we're talking about on our feature date, the middle of October. So maybe not the greatest weather here in the UK. So you're flying straight to Spain. Well, that's a good start anyway, isn't it? And you're going to have some wonderful times. But if you do not step off Legend at all through the whole cruise, you will have had the greatest holiday, and you will not have seen everything, and you will not have done everything. And that's the great thing about a ship like this as well, discovering. This is epic cruising for all ages, whether you're 8 months, 8 years old, 28, 48, 98, everyone has the greatest time. I tell you all the time that Royal Caribbean, there's not one of you watching right now that Royal Caribbean is not right for. And this would make an amazing getaway next October with the Barcelona stay and a week on the newest, brightest Icon with Royal Caribbean. Try saying that 3 times in a row. Let's show you our price tag. It's amazing. So good. So good. And remember, deposits today, because this is one way you gather the family around. As Gerard said before, this is about a family experience. And actually, do you know what? If it's just the 2 of you and you don't have a kid, not a problem whatsoever. But if there's a group of 6 of you and you've got nieces and nephews and grandchildren and you know, next door, maybe you go holidaying with next door, take them and their kids as well, all have the greatest time. And actually there is so much included in your fare as well. It's ridiculous. We'll get onto that with Gerard in just a moment as well. And I would say on this one, book early to get your chances because they book up so quickly. I'm just going to say the word Icon, and if you know, you know. Our package includes your Barcelona flights, 2-night stay there, and your Legend of the Seas cruise for 7 nights to Palma de Mallorca, Marseille and Florence, Rome and Naples too. So it's a really nice sort of dotting of ports around the Med as well. Remember, it's just deposits today of £199 each to get this price locked in for you right now. Don't point, Derek, it's rude. Here's everything that's included. Now, there are regional flights available. This is based on a London flight, but there are regional flights available. As you know, you'll know if your local airport goes to Barcelona. Pretty much everyone does. So talk to the team, and don't forget that Legend launches in August next year. So there are dates for this from August right the way through to October. And as you can see, we also have a family price on screen as well, so you can make the most of this. And again, just talk to our team, because as Gerard says, there's lots and lots of different accommodation choices, so again, max out the value by talking to our team, because that's when you're going to get the best advice. Call us free on 0800 953 4700. Now listen, ordinarily for a show like this, I would say, you've got any questions, drop me an email, give me a call, send me a text. We can't do that on this show, so I've got all the questions that I think you would have in your head, and Gerard is here from Royal Caribbean as the Managing Director for UK and Ireland for Royal Caribbean. So as I said to you before we started this show, you know 10,000 times more than I do, which is great. I want to talk about what's included in your fare as well, because actually I think that's an important thing to understand with Royal Caribbean, because we're so used to, okay, having a great headline price, but I'm going to pay extra for this and this and this and this and this along the way. And with Royal Caribbean, it's a plethora.
Shall I break it down a little?
Yes, please.
Sure. So I think I see the ship as a destination in its own right.
Yeah.
And if we take an icon class like Legend coming next year, 40 different options, it's almost not long enough on board to cover everything. If I take the way we segregated thrills as an example, so what do you want to do to have fun on board? We've got the Crown's Edge, 16 stories up, you harness yourself up, you take a leap and the floor drops around and you go around on a harness back out, so thrills. We've got Flow Rider, 30,000 gallons of water coming at you, surf simulator, an awful lot to do. So that's your thrill, and there's many, many more areas. You think about chill. One of my favorite areas on board when I was on Star is the Hideaway. So an adults only, little oasis at the back of the ship, suspended infinity pool, hot tub, DJ vibes through the day, and a really great place just to spend the afternoon. So chills is kind of throughout the ship. You've also got the Aquadome. It's a really special place at the front of the ship, which during the day, very tranquil, really nice bars, sit out looking out over the ocean. In the evening though, it comes to life, and this is where the entertainment kicks in. So we've got an aqua theatre show, and this is Olympic style divers, a real energetic, immense show that everyone I've shown to comes away blown away. So
well, you're watching the show, I have to say, I've seen it myself as well, and your heart is literally in your mouth.
It is, and you're almost like, don't jump, don't, but he does, and he's safe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
so you got the thrills, you got the chills, then you got the bites. So the food offering on board. The great thing, to your point, there's so much already included in the fare.
Yeah.
And we do split it. You have the ability, if you want to push the boat out a little, if you want to celebrate something, we've got many different options. Some of my favorites, if I think about one of them specifically, we launched it onto Icon. It's called the Lincoln Park Supper Club.
Oh yeah.
So Chicago themed, real burlesque. It's a really great experience. It's a couple of hours long. It's paired with really great drinks and beverage offering. But again, it's a brilliant offering.
We're seeing some of the dining here as well. There's a lot more casual grab and go dining as well, which I love.
There is.
The Aquadome Marketplace, for instance, I saw, means
one of my favorites.
Dip into a little bit of Thai or burgers or whatever you fancy, and it's really kind of exotic stuff as well. It's not, when you go to a theme park here in the UK, for instance, often your grab and go options are very samey.
Yeah.
It's burger and chips, or burger and chips, or hot dog and chips, and that's it.
This is a different.
We're not talking about flavours from around the world, and that's what Royal Caribbean are really bringing. I always say on on any Royal Caribbean ship that has a windjammer, who needs any more than the windjammer?
You don't. And when you come home and you're like, where's my windjammer? Where's my buffet? It's that sense, but the variety. And also, I think there's two components. The variety is extensive, and it is flavors that you can dip and you can test. But the service and the quality, I think, are the two things that complement that. So, as you say, you've got everything from pizza in Sorrento's just off the promenade, all the way through till 3 a.m. constant, all day, every day. So there's no excuses not to having a really good dining experience. And actually, you can do it both. You can indulge, or you can stay healthy. You can do whatever you want on board Royal.
And also, there's maybe a little bit of a misconception sometimes with cruising that you have to be a party animal to cruise. I don't know why psychologically the two things go together. And yes, if you are a party person, or you have party people with you, that's the great thing, isn't it? If you're a little bit more low key and early to bed, early to rise, not a problem. But if you do want to rave and misbehave, then absolutely it's there, isn't it?
You have both options, and
Yeah.
having experienced it on Star recently, it is that. You know, even the outlets change through the day. Different experience in the evening versus what you have in the day. And then when you think about the destinations we go to, like Perfect Day in CocoCay or Private Island,
we're coming to
that
that.
again is another amazing experience. But it really is. How do you make these memories when you have these different family groups or friend groups together? That's where the beauty starts.
And you've just been there, I know that, and we're going to get onto Perfect Day at CocoCay as well. Oh my word, so much to do. Right, now, as you know, here at Cruise1st, we are huge fans of the Repositioning cruise, that magical opportunity to spend more time on board to lap up every ounce of the fun, thrills and the atmosphere of life on board. So, after Legend has had her launch season in the Med out of Barcelona, it's time to head for the sun of the Caribbean. Oh, hello. And we're going too. This 18-night trip starts on the 24th of October next year, and we fly over to Barcelona again to enjoy the excitement and anticipation of your trip with a night in a hotel before you cruise as well. And you've always got to be there the day before, just for reassurance, haven't you? Just so you're there that I am there. Even if you just wander down Las Ramblas and down to the port to go, oh, look, she's there, she's ready, she's waiting. Oh, do you know what? It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And a repositioning cruise is brilliant because actually, one, you get a longer cruise, which is what's not to love about that. And two, you have never got that time where you think, I'm missing out on a port today. What do I do? You're torn between two lovers almost there, aren't you?
You are.
It's amazing. It's such an opportunity, isn't it?
It is, and that's as I say, the destination and the breadth of what we have on board. 40 outlets. You need almost a transatlantic setting to get through and experience everything.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And these ships are, for anyone, what would you say? Because there are quite a few people I know at home who will say, okay, it's all fine and well you saying that these are the biggest ships in the world as well, but are they too big for me? People quite often come to me and say, I don't know, I think it's going to be too big. What would you say to them?
I think it's a myth because when you experience a Royal Caribbean ship, we use what we call neighbourhoods. So we're able to segment the ship into different areas. An example, Oasis class will have 6 different neighbourhoods. And that's everything from a tranquil Central Park in the middle of the ship with greenery, and it's a really great space during the day, super in the evening with the harpist and so on. You then have other areas throughout the ship. The promenade is another area. You got the suite class area. So when you think about size and scale, I mentioned earlier about the flow of a ship, you never really get a full sense of the breadth of how many people are on board. And equally, you go and experience them as you want. And as you touched on, those who are early birds, you have a really great experience. Those who are up late. So there's such an offering to really navigate through.
I always say with these larger ships, and I'm totally with you, completely and utterly, and I've done from the smallest to the largest as well, is that if you're thinking of walking, for instance, your longest walk is back to your stateroom in the evening. And from your stateroom in the morning. And really, like, if that's a, you know, there are bigger problems you could have in life.
We can all manage that.
Yes, I think so, yeah. For me, it's always about choice. I always feel like I'm a little bit I'm not quite sure what I want to do. Surprise me, thrill me. And that's what Royal Caribbean really does. For instance, you were just talking about the promenade and the parades that happen through the promenade. And one, you just think, where have all these people come from all of a sudden? I was expecting, you know, a little parade of maybe 5 or 6 characters or people or whatever, and I just think, hang on a second, this just never stops.
It does, but I think there's another area that I haven't touched on called Surfside.
Go on.
And if you're a family with younger kids, often when you're on holiday, and I've got 3 kids, when you're on holiday, it's all them. However, Surfside gives you the best of both. So you have the ability in a really great environment with splash pools for the kids, whilst you're able to then do what you need with outlets around. You can be having a drink, watching the kids. So it's a really great space to do the combination of both kids and both adults.
And I love that because actually you can get as much joy out of watching people having fun as having fun yourself. We were just looking at the carousel there, for instance. Actually, you know, that might not be your thing whatsoever, nor might be the drop slides or the water slides, but actually watching your children have those moments and capturing those moments as well. I think that's one of the great things about technology these days is that we can capture those moments. So there's living in the moment, and because you think back, you know, everything would be in a photo album. that you would dread someone pulling out. Whereas these days, actually, you know, we're doing less of that, and we should hold on to a bit more of that, because memories are very, very important. I think we've learned that over the last few years, being together, spending more time together, that quality of time together, like, really matters, doesn't it?
It does. And I think that's where, when you bring a generational family together, you know, there is different desires, wants and needs. Not everyone is going to do the same agenda. And having that ability to break out, go do it your own, and then come back together in the evening. And one area that we have on Icon Class, which is called Celebration Table. So we know a lot of our guests come on board and they're celebrating a big birthday or a big life milestone. And we have a really amazing opportunity for people to take a very nice top table, 12 to 14 people, and they can choose the different culinary options from around the ship and celebrate together.
And that's amazing, because, you know, you think of the many thousands of people on board and you think, okay, there could never be anything that intimate. And actually, yes, there is. You could be sat round a very, very intimate table of family and friends as well, which is incredible. And listen, honestly, we could spend the whole 1 hour just talking about one particular production show. You're getting a little essence and a flavour of some of them now, from the wonderful Aquadome to the ice shows to the theatre productions and the actual specific productions. I've asked Gerard, don't worry, I've already been in there. So, come on, what can you tell me? You must know. But they haven't been released. The great thing with Royal is that it's almost like a strip tease, and they just show you the shoulder first, and they just reveal a little bit more as time goes on. So we will find out more as soon as I know. Don't you worry, I'll have Gerard straight back in this studio. Right.
But Derek, you do know on Star of the Seas we have Back to the Future. We have the original. So when I was on board, we had the creator, Bob Gale, in the audience.
Really?
And they've co-worked with Royal to produce that show dedicated for the ship. So something similar, I'm sure, we'll have to share for Legend as she comes into Europe next year.
And you heard it first here at Cruise1st TV. Tell you what, I knew I would shoehorn some more information out. Right, okay, let's take this cruise. Remember, it is a wonderful repositioning cruise. 30 nights of cruising as well out of Barcelona. And we're not just sailing all the way. No, we've got ports as well. Let's do a couple in Spain first. Let's start with Alicante, which is absolutely beautiful. You've got Santa Barbara there and the castle, the old town. You can take wonderful tours while you're in these ports as well if you want to, or just simply wander as you want to, which is great. Malaga is next in southern Spain, or southern Spain, depending on whether you're a local or not. How about taking a tapas tour while you're there, or going to the Picasso Museum, which would be really, really nice if you fancy some educational stuff for the kids as well. Maybe for you. Maybe you didn't learn these things the first time around. I know I'm like that all the time. Every day's a school day. Cadiz is next. Head into Seville. It's an amazing city, it really is, whether you just sit and have a martini and just watch the crowds, or cruise along the river, or go and see the Alcazar. Honestly, so full of highlights. Then you will do your cruising across the Atlantic. We'll cruise into Fort Lauderdale, but you would have had 13 nights on board by then. And when you get off, guess what? The holiday's not over. You are staying for 3 nights. This sounds like a big prize in a game show, doesn't it? 3 nights in an Orlando hotel on International Drive, so you can then, well, you know, go from one huge thrill and go and see the others as well. Go to the theme parks, go and do all the shopping, go and do all the fun things that there are to do in Orlando. Talk about the best of everything. I mean, this holiday is absolutely ridiculous. It makes my heart sing. And listen, I'm 34 plus VAT and other taxes, and I would jump at this in a complete heartbeat. It's brilliant. This is the ultimate escape for kids of all ages, and I mean all ages. And this is your chance to play, relax, enjoy the 24-hour lifestyle on the brand new Legend of the Seas for 13 nights, and then enjoy the thrills of Orlando as well, with your flights included. And listen, if you were trying to do anything like this kind of adventure yourself, you would blow this budget in a heartbeat. I'm telling you right now. Let's show you the price tag. It is so, so good. I mean, this is Cruise1st at its finest. I know I go on about this all the time, but you know that once upon a long ago, Cruise1st was part of the Royal Caribbean family of companies, and we're very proud of that as well. And we've always had a relationship that is literally like that. It's incredible. When you consider how much is packed in when you cruise with Royal Caribbean, and we really have, we've only shown you just the tiniest taste so far. An hour isn't enough, but you've got the most amazing spaces to enjoy in the neighbourhoods, from serene Central Park to the wonderful, wonderful water parks, and just different neighbourhoods, different places to be. It's incredible. You've got the most stunning entertainment in the theatre, the Aquadome, Absolute Zero, the ice shows as well, and so many more places where entertainment will just, oh, hello, pop out from anywhere. The ultimate in thrill to the ultimate in chill. That's what this is all about, and having longer to do it is better. So we have your flights included in the package, first to Barcelona for a hotel night there, then your 13 nights of cruising on Legend with stunning Spanish ports before we hop across the pond on an extended transatlantic crossing as well. And that's good news. That's a positive, because you get more time to live that Legend lifestyle. Listen, we've waited, how many decades have we waited for the Icon class to come along as well? And here we are, enjoying a big transatlantic crossing as well, so you can enjoy it. Across the pond to Fort Lauderdale, 13 nights, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Fantastic. And it's completely another world. After the cruise ends, we've included a 3-night hotel stay in Orlando. And I say that as almost a little secondary thing. And it's not, that's an amazing thing as well, to go and see the parks and enjoy the sun, do the shopping there, and just keep that holiday going before we fly you back to the UK. Don't worry, you'll sleep well on that flight coming back. Here's the details that you need to know, everything that's included as well. It's amazing. I mean, no one needs a reason to even think about this. I think sometimes when we do all the research pre the show, and I put the offers are all put together and everything, I'll think of it in one way, but when you're talking about it here in the studio, I think there is just no reason not to do this, is there? There's no reason not to kind of seize that moment now, especially, I mean, even if it's not necessarily a family affair for you. Lots of people go away with groups of friends, don't they?
Yeah.
And actually, it's a really, really good thing to do. I mean, and you could spend this, you know, just taking your friends on a few rounds of golf somewhere around the world, couldn't you? You think about it.
You think about even going on a land-based holiday down into the Med, and the value, as you say, is exceptional.
Yeah, it is. It's just stunning. It really is. And you should grab that both hands as quickly as you possibly can. Now, just to remind you that the brand new Legend of the Seas from Royal Caribbean launches next August, with exciting cruises in and out of Barcelona on the doorstep from August through to October. Please, please, please take those opportunities while they are there. Remember, on our website, you can search by cruise line and cruise ship. So go and search Royal Caribbean and Legend of the Seas between August and October next year. And we've already seen her repositioning cruise at the end of that season out to Fort Lauderdale, and that's where Legend enjoys a selection of incredible Caribbean adventures. So do you fancy enjoying one of those in December? But not our kind of dark and cold December. Let's make it a sunny one as we start your 10 nights by jetting out to Miami, for a 3-night hotel stay there. Wow. I mean, that's a good place to start, isn't it, Miami?
That's where I've just come from.
Have you?
Just come back, yeah.
What's your highlight when you're in Miami?
I like Brickell. I love that area. So you've got obviously the beach, but I prefer the downtown part that we often stay in is super. Mm-hmm. But actually, at that part of the world, perfect day, CocoCay has to be a firm favourite of mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, that's where we'll be going. So you've got a few nights there in Miami. Here is Legend again. Let's talk about these zones and these districts, because actually they're really good, because some people might be looking at this and thinking, oh, actually, you know, I love going out to America and doing the theme park thing, but actually maybe they're less of a fan of being surrounded by children the whole time. Let's face it, sure. Horses for courses, isn't it? But there are
two great areas actually linked to having your own kind of space and so on. So I mentioned earlier the Hideaway. Mm-hmm. So the back part of the rear of the ship with a very, very good infinity pool, really great space. But also Suite Class is another area that we have.
Yes.
Now Suite Class is a very not exclusive, it's almost a relaxed exclusive area. So as part of the offering, you have a dedicated coastal kitchen restaurant, really amazing high-end food, but it's a really nice space just to come away from everything. You've also got an area where you have sun loungers and a very exclusive part that you don't need to be part of the hustle and bustle if you don't want to, and it's all part of our suite class offering.
I always think as well, and listen, I am the gentleman without any children, so when I go cruising as well, I think watching families having fun is naturally infectious. I always find as well, because there's the combination of that and your team on board, and that's not something we've focused on so far, but it's your team on board, isn't it? The team that look after you on board, who are so vibrant, so vivacious, they kind of make the holiday, and it's not faked either, it's genuine infection, isn't it?
They're literally a step ahead of you. And it is a personal interaction. You know, if you think of your accommodations, you've got a stateroom attendant who knows your name, who uses your name. And that's not often what you get on a land-based holiday. Your point on watching the world go by and watching people, on Icon class, you have the promenade.
Yeah.
You have the Pearl, which is this huge, it's the largest kinetic piece of artwork in the globe on board the ship. And behind that, then you've got a really nice area where you can look down, and it is such a infectious. You look out to the sea, but you look into the craziness that's happening on board, and it's a super place to people watch.
And when, for instance, you are somewhere like Central Park, and you would think, okay, nice gimmick, there's an area they've made look like a garden. But actually, no. Royal Caribbean, I mean, it's real planting for a start.
Yep.
The trees.
Every single one of them.
Tens of thousands of, there's living walls and tens and thousands of plants and everything else. But there is a real peaceful, calm vibe. You can hear my voice. Even I've become more peaceful just thinking about it. And just sitting there, you could be anywhere in the world, couldn't you?
You could, but this is a really good example of what I touched on earlier, where daytime and evening time are totally different environments.
Yes.
Daytime, really nice place, tranquil coffee, very nice in the very early morning. Evening time, we have the Trellis Bar, which is located right in the middle, and a very cool place where we have saxophonists, we have harpists, bringing entertainment again into a space that typically you wouldn't expect it to. So again, another real variation of using a space.
There's the Pearl that Gerard was talking about earlier, and that's the other great thing. And I am thinking now back to Anthem of the Seas in 2015 and these lovely kinetic sculptures and wonderful pieces of artwork that you think, because I think a lot of people can tend to look at Royal Caribbean and think it's a theme park on sea, and actually when you realise the detailing that has gone into things like fine pieces of modern art, that you think they stop you in your tracks literally, don't they?
It's one thing you probably don't expect. It feels like a surprise and delight moment, but the detail you touched on around the ship is fantastic. But each of our, if you go up and down on the stairs, each floor has artwork.
Yeah.
And some of the artwork is super my style, some that I hate, but the actual the variation is so good because everyone's got a different taste. It's so subjective.
Okay, let's take this cruise then, because of course we are out in the wonderful, wonderful sunshine. Of course, we are enjoying the best of everything here, and we are going first. Perfect day at CocoCay. Now, you've just been.
Just been.
Okay, tell me everything.
What would you like to know? My favourite part?
We're looking at it right now.
Well, the highest water slides in North America.
Okay, have you done it?
Me and my family have done it.
Okay.
My 9-year-old was first. I had to follow her.
Did you scream?
Couldn't, of course. I felt I was going too quick. I was going flying out the other end. So the water park element is fab. But again, it's segregated into different areas. So you've got adults only area, the Hideaway. Really great swim up bar.
Yeah.
Real good energy, really good vibe. You've got Coco Beach Club, one of my favorites, which is cabanas, overwater bungalows.
Okay.
It's a really nice area to kind of come away from everything.
Am I detecting that ordinarily, if it was just you there, that would be probably more your preference?
As in with no family?
But your children are kind of
don't
like,
tell them.
you got to go this way.
Exactly. And we did that. We kind of separated the day. In the morning, we all did the slides and we had the fun. The kids then went their way. Me and my wife, we went off and we did Coco Beach Club.
And that's another joy, especially somewhere like this, of course, if you've got the family with you, is that you can all indulge your interests. I think that's something that people don't really take into account when it comes to cruising, because like we said before, you know, if you're a party animal, you can be that party animal on the ship, but if you are put me somewhere quiet and peaceful with a book, please, then everyone can do that within the same space.
Yeah. And I think it almost transcends from the ship. You think the quality of service, intuitive nature of the service, all of that kind of translates to the island itself. So seamless between the two.
And it's just you there. It is exclusive and it is huge as well. And there are many hundreds of people who work there on the island looking after you as well, which is incredible. Right, I'm afraid we have to sail away from there, but you are there for a full day, so don't worry. Day at sea, we're in gorgeous Falmouth in Jamaica. Everyone will book up Dunn's River Falls here, I'm telling you right now. So when you first get on the ship for this one, go and book that excursion because it's the one that everyone will want to do. It's incredible. Then we go to Labadee, which is another sort of Royal Caribbean coup as well, isn't it? With the zip line going on there and many, many other water attractions, as you can see. Fantastic and a really, really nice vibe there in Labadee. And then we have a day at sea back into Fort Lauderdale. And that, unfortunately, is where we have to get off. We have to drag you off and you'll be in tears in that flight all the way back home. But you know what will happen is when you're on this cruise, if you've never cruised, if you've cruised Royal Caribbean before, but you've never done the Icon class before, if this turns out to be your first one on the Icon class, while you're on this cruise, you'll book the next one. And you'll book the next one. You'll probably book another 2 or 3 while you're actually on board because you'll be like, okay, I've been missing out and this is it. It's great. It's another ultimate adventure for the start of next December. Now, sorry, let's just stop there for 1 second. It's the start of December. What's that like at home? Stressful? Working through lists? Working out what needs wrapping, decorating, who's going to wear for Christmas, all of that kind of stuff. Get away from it all. Get out in the sunshine, escape. It feels really naughty, but kind of adds value to your holiday in a way because not many people are away at that time of the year. So when you go on social media, it's like, look at you. Cruising on Legend of the Seas around the Caribbean with a stay in Miami and your flights included as well. And no, it's not $5,000 each. Look, check this out. This is next December. Listen, if you want something similar this December, talk to the team, we'll make it happen, no problem. But remember, this is all about the anticipation and the excitement. Even Gerard is giving a side eye to he can't see, looking at me, the monitor with the price on. Even he's just given the price a side eye there and gone, really? £199 each deposits today will secure your deal, and this is for next December. Do you know what I would say? And I wouldn't normally say this, but actually I think we're all at the time of life where we think actually, Christmas can be a little bit of a, take it or leave it. How about exchanging all the presents and all that stuff for something magical, unforgettable, and different? That's what people are doing with their holidays right now. They're being brave, they're being bolder, they're being different. What a time you will have. Flying out to Miami for a 3-night hotel stay there, and then cruising in style. In fact, style isn't big enough as a word, really. On Legend of the Seas, having that perfect day at CocoCay. And you're going to Labadee too as well, which is wonderful. A day in Falmouth in Jamaica as well. It's just the holiday of dreams. And listen, if you want it to be even longer, we can make it even longer as well. Here's what's included. And remember, to put a price on your screen, I need to put some parameters in place. So I need to say, okay, it's 3 nights in Miami and your 6-night cruise and your flight. But if you want that stay in Miami to be longer, no problem, we can sort that out for you. If at the end of the cruise you want to do something different in America, why not? You're only a short flight away, aren't you? There's a family price there on screen there as well for a family of 4, which is wonderful. There are other dates from next November through to April in 2027. So remember, price varies by date. So talk to the team today for the best prices. 0800 953 4700. Again, that's something with Royal Caribbean as well, isn't it? All of these private resorts, again, is just, it's taking the magic on board and simply placing it in paradise, isn't it? And there are more popping up, aren't there?
It's a real extension to what we do on the ocean. So I can talk you through some of the things that are coming, the exciting one. The first one.
There's a new one in Mexico, I believe, isn't there?
Well, before we do that,
okay.
later this year, in December, in the Bahamas, in Nassau, we have what we've got Paradise Island Royal Caribbean's Beach Club. It's our first beach club.
Of course, yeah.
So 17 acres. Takes a lot of the essence of what we have at Perfect Day. And if you think about your ideal, your perfect beach day, it's what it has. So 3 different areas: chill, thrill, family, all inclusive, seamless from the ship to the shore. And a really exclusive, the best beach day you're going to have. So that's Paradise Island.
That looks beautiful. We're just seeing it right now, actually.
The largest swim-up bar in the world.
Okay, it's always the largest and the biggest and the boldest, isn't it?
Bit of a thing.
That's the great thing with Royal Caribbean, though. I find that really, really exciting. You know, with any holiday experience, there's always there's always the point in any kind of holiday company where things stay static. And then they start to age, and actually, you could never accuse Royal Caribbean of that. It's always forever moving
and we
forward.
go beyond that. So you touched on another beach club that we got coming in Cozumel. It's coming in 26.
In Mexico, of course.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
The bigger one, though, the one that I think everyone is very excited about, is
Okay.
in 2027, Perfect Day Mexico.
Oh,
So, twice the size of Perfect Day in CocoCay.
right.
7 different areas. 30 of the most amazing water slides, some that launch you up into the air. My kids are very excited about these.
Okay. So that means you're going to have to do it as well.
I'm going to have to do it, right? But yeah, 200 acres and a real synergy with the local environment. If you think of tequila, you think of, yes, exactly, tequila, cooking classes, really trying to embrace everything that Mexico has to offer. And what you have on screen, the longest, craziest lazy river in the world.
That's stunning, isn't it?
It's huge. It's huge.
And it just never stops. It always amazes me, honestly.
We just need more on this side of the world, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, where should we have one?
Yeah,
Perfect Day Cornwall. That would be good, wouldn't it? That would be
bit too local. We need the weather.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can't guarantee the weather, can we? Well, listen, we've got one final adventure out of the many opportunities to join the new Legend of the Seas when she launches next summer. And this is a corker as we go from Vegas to the Caribbean next November. You know this has got my name all over it. We've got thrills and spills guaranteed and a free upgrade on Legend of the Seas. Yeah, I know you don't know, Gerard, about this, but there you go. Just go with it. See, he's in the studio now. So here we go, flying out. Funnily enough, this is on my birthday next year, 10th of November, to Sin City itself, glorious Las Vegas. And actually on the day that we're filming this, I am literally 48 hours from flying to Vegas for a nice little holiday. Have you been? Of course you've been.
I've not yet.
No, really? You've got to see Vegas, Gerard.
We need to
honestly.
go together. You sound like you know what you're doing.
50 things to do before you depart this mortal coil. You've got to go to Vegas, honestly. If you just go for the helicopter trip over the Grand Canyon, if you just go to People Watch, you're a People Watcher, right, as well. Okay, so honestly, your eyes will be on stalks the whole time in Vegas. You never need to put $1 in a slot to have a great time in Vegas. You just need to look around you at the madness and the craziness. Honestly, it is one of those places that everyone needs to go to once. No video will ever do it justice. You've got to enjoy it, as I'm about to in 48 hours time. Anyway, after that, it's time to fly from Las Vegas to Fort Lauderdale. Just think this is such a perfect combination of holiday as well. And listen, don't think you can't take the kids to Vegas as well. Kids have the greatest time in Vegas. They're just like, what? What's that? It's amazing. So you've got a night in Fort Lauderdale as well. And this is really just to make sure that you are in the right place at the right time to join the ship as well. So you're right on the doorstep there. Here she is, fabulous Legend. We're looking at icon footage, I know right now, but this is the icon class as well. And did you hint that there might be more icons coming down the line?
We will have, yeah. There's a 4th on the horizon.
Okay.
But also we've got an Oasis class, another Oasis class coming. So yeah, we don't sit still. You know that.
I bet, and I know you wouldn't be able to tell me even if you knew, but I bet on the drawing board there's yet another class already sitting on the back burner.
It's as if you planted this time. We're calling it Discovery Class.
Oh, I'm right.
You are right.
No way.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. So
Okay.
As you know, there's a lot that we have almost 30 ships in the Royal Fleet. We never sit still, and we're currently exploring. It's that best job in the world I mentioned earlier, ideating what will the next class be. So in progress, that cave that I mentioned, virtual reality, I'm sure will play a big role. So yeah, it's in progress.
I tell you what, you must have a lot of things in your head that you must think, okay, what can I say, what can't I say? It must be a nightmare. That part of the job must be a nightmare as well, having people like me probing in every direction because I just want to know everything. And actually, I want to know more about Legend as well, because actually the information about that is kind of drip feeding quite slowly. And that's quite nice. I quite like being teased in that kind of way. I know that you are guaranteed. I was talking earlier about Anthem of the Seas. Now, she's been out there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I know I could get on today and still feel like she's a futuristic ship. So here in the Icon class, as passengers, we're always living almost 20 years behind the curve. You're seeing what was dreamed up some years ago. That your team have moved on and on and on beyond that. But I think that's great for the guest experience. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think we don't just leave the older ships, or not the best or the newest, standing still. So we'll often roll really. So we take the guidance from the customer. The customer, what they really enjoy, we make sure they get rolled back onto some of the older ships.
Yes,
so
more of
we
this,
try and make
more
sure,
of that.
Yeah, and it's driven by the North Star of the guest. Whatever the guest really enjoys, that's what we lean into. But you are right, there's a lot that I probably can't tell you and won't tell you. But it is, the Royal brand and what it brings and the energy, the life, that's what we want to make sure people get the opportunity to experience.
Don't worry, I'll just keep inviting you back. Eventually you'll crack. I have my ways. It's great though, and it's really, really exciting. I would say for anyone who hasn't yet had the Royal Caribbean experience, do it, and do it for yourself, actually, because if you want a really rounded and complete family experience, and family can just be you two as a couple, maybe you're each other's family. Listen, I have 2 cats and they're my children. I'm not going to take them on a cruise, but I'm still going to go on a cruise where families are enjoying and having the greatest time. Now, let's do the Caribbean while we're here. So we've been to Vegas, we've had our night in Fort Lauderdale. Now we've got our 8-night Legend cruise, and it is going to be legendary as well. First 2 days at the sea, you need those. Then we're in Williamstadt in Curacao. You go to the Hato Caves here and do some island highlights, or see that beach in the top picture? There you go. What other kind of ideas do you need in the Caribbean? All of the islands are very, very different. In Oranjestad, one day I've promised myself I'm going to be on that Cuckoo Canucoo bus. Just because I love the sound of it. Just got to be pretty, isn't it? I can hear the music now. Next 2 days are at sea, and then what a way to round off this cruise. We are back at Perfect Day at CocoCay, which is, again, it is just the most magical experience to know that it is just you,
Just us.
from that ship, exclusively treated to the choice of, well, there are thousands of choices.
There is, but it's not what we think. A lot of the feedback that we get, and like when we get our surveys back from what the guests tell us, the rating, Perfect Day is our highest rated destination that we do globally, and it's in the 90s.
And that's why first Icon class, just rewinding the clock, all that time back to the whole 2 years ago.
Yesterday.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Actually, it's not even 2 years, is it?
It's just been a year.
Just been that's
year.
crazy, isn't it?
And we're on to the next.
It is mad. I still feel like I know so little about Icon because she's still so brand new, but pretty much every itinerary that she does is having a day.
It is. And over time, whether it be Perfect Day Mexico, Perfect Day CocoCay, or the beach clubs, most of our Caribbean ships will go and visit once. So the guests will have that experience to look forward to.
And they are joyous. Again, we talked about feeling, and it's all about feeling these days, actually, isn't it? Because, holidays, we spoke about this before we turned the cameras on. Holidays are less about the number that you are spending these days, and it is more about what am I getting for that? What am I truly getting? Not just how much food is included, how many shows I'm not buying a ticket for, that kind of thing, but actually what's my heart and soul getting out of this?
Yeah, and I had that experience. So I was on Utopia earlier this year, and when you bring your family on and you just watch them enjoy what Royal Caribbean does, it's immense. My little 9-year-old up and down the rock climbing wall, I could have killed her. I was there for hours, wouldn't come off it. But it's that, and there's no queues, there's no fuss, it's just easy, just easy.
Have you ever rung the bell?
Oh, yes.
Have you?
I'm a kid at heart.
Honestly.
Have you not been up there, Derek?
I could get a third of the way up and then I looked down, and that's the mistake you made. Don't look down. Here's your overview of your holiday here. Remember, this, honestly, it's so good. It's just so full of highlights. This really does have my name written all over it. I mean, there's no coincidence that this goes on my birthday and goes to Vegas as well. I mean, I'm there completely. And you get to cruise the Legend as well. It's brilliant. It gets you away in November. You have that fabulous stay in Las Vegas, which is just, I mean, madness. It's a love or hate place, by the way. You'll either love it and want to go back every single year, or you'll be like, okay, I've seen it. Yes, but not again, thanks. This really is one of those places, honestly. And you've got an exceptionally beautiful Caribbean cruise on that new Legend of the Seas, which is over 8 nights, including that perfect day at CocoCay, and delicious visits to Curacao and Aruba as well. Right, now I'm going to give you a price tag, which is for an inside stateroom on board. Don't look, Gerard. We're actually going to upgrade you for free to an ocean view. So let's give you the price. Can somebody get me a big screen or a big blanket just to cover Gerard up for a second? Don't look. Check it out. So that price is based on your inside stateroom, but we are upgrading you to an ocean view. Oh, you want to book as well now?
I do.
Right. Deposits, by the way, just £199 each on this one. But to get the upgrade, you need to get in quick. I mean, I can't hold this price. I can't hold the upgrades forever. However big the ship is, once it's booked, it's booked. So, just for our feature date, grab it quickly, lock this in today with your deposits of just £199 each, and we'll take care of the rest. Flights are included, first to Vegas for your 3-night hotel stay there, which is also included. We'll then fly you from Vegas to Fort Lauderdale for a night in a hotel, that's included there as well. And then you've got your fabulous free upgrade onboard Legend of the Seas for your cruise of 8 nights in the Caribbean, and then the flight home to the UK. Yeah, we have to fly home at the end, I'm so sorry. Here's everything you need to know. There are other dates from next October through to April in 2027. And there are select dates where we might also have the cheeky upgrade from inside to ocean view. You will have to sweet talk my lovely team to find out the best deals for you. As always, it's a free call, not going to cost you a penny. 0800 953 4700. If you want any advice, by the way, if you ever want to get the very, very best value out of tailoring an offer like this, please do talk to our team. The great thing about working with Royal Caribbean is they are the cruise line. And we can do phenomenal deals with the cruise line, but we can then build the rest of the holiday for you and extend and max out that value. And I think these days that's more important because it's all about experience. And also you don't want to be rushing. You don't want any element of this to be rushed in any way. I think actually when it comes to holidays, one, I don't want to do the arranging of the holiday either. Thank you very much. That's what Cruise1st are there for. Do you know what I mean? And I just want to have the best value for money. I want an expert to find me the best route into the best deal, and that's what we're all about. And it's what we've been doing for over 25 years. And of course, Gerard, Royal Caribbean have been at the cruising thing a lot longer than 25 years.
Almost double, 50 years.
I can't believe that's 50 years. It's amazing. If you think about how the world has changed and how holiday habits have changed in that 50 years, I mean, that really is true testament to staying ahead of the curve, right?
And I think when you look back to the size of the ships that we had back then and what they offered to what we have today, it is driven by what the guests want.
Yeah.
So we'll continue on that journey. We won't ever sit still.
It is incredible. Your personal highlight, you've been on board Star recently. What was the one thing that you thought, actually, do you know what, that surprised me? You know the corporate facts and figures. You work for Royal Caribbean, but what was the thing that really was magic for you?
I was only on for 3 days. One of them was on CocoCay.
Yeah.
But on board the ship, there's probably two keys. I'll take two if that's it.
Go on, yeah.
So we've got a really amazing entertainment venue called Dueling Pianos.
Okay.
2 pianists, and they have the most amazing fun dueling against each other. But the audience engages. And you can tip the pianist that you like to do more of what their style of music and go and battle against the other. And it's the most amazing fun. So that's one. Outside of that, I think the Aquadome in the daytime, such a beautiful space to just do nothing. And in an environment like Royal where it's energy, just to step away, it's super. So yeah. And
that's the thing, is it gives you that space and flexibility to do whatever you want, whenever you want. It's amazing. Now listen, I've got some of the secrets that I wanted to get out of your head on this show, but will you come back again?
I would love to come back again, Derek,
Okay.
and I'd love to tell you everything that I can tell you.
Yes, please do.
But no, I'd love to.
There you go. That hour went quickly, didn't it?
Way too quick.
Like everything in life, it only hurts the first time. So come back again. Thank you, Gerard, so
Thank
much
you, Derek, for having me.
sparing the time to come up and see us. Honestly, incredible. And that's just one ship. Remember, there are many, many more ships. We talk about them all the time as well, whether it be an amplification or the new Icon class or the new class, but that may be for the next show as well. So listen, thank you for your company. Speak to the team if you've got any questions whatsoever. It's a free call, remember, 0800 953 4700. My thanks to Gerard and my thanks to you. As always, stay right where you are. There's another show around the corner.